Listen, guys, we're talking to you guys about Married at First Sight. Little black book, you know what time it is. Married at First Sight UK, season 8, episode 1. Listen, it's crazy. I can't lie to you. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've pictured it on this woman because she's crazy. Okay, Laura. Okay, all right. She's moving mad. I'm sorry. Her attitude is contemptible. Her attitude is nasty. I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. We had two couples that were interesting. We had a one that seemed to be perfect, and the other one seemed to be an imperfect mess. This is the imperfect mess. Okay, we're gonna break down these couples in a few minutes. This is a recap and a review, and just a real deeper look into these two couples. But listen, it's crazy. First episode. I don't even know, man. Do me a massive favor, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals, baby. Okay, you got the minerals. Listen, we're trying to get to 100K before the end of the year. You guys have been killing it last few weeks. Our subs have been going up through the roof. So keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep liking. And we really appreciate you guys helping us. And if you haven't bought already some merchandise, why? It's winter time. We've got the hoodies, we've got the windbreakers, we've got the hats, the scarves, the gloves, we've got everything. So listen, go and grab your merchandise down below. And also, if you haven't done so, join the membership. It's £1, $1. That's where we have guys have conversations. And if you love talking about TV series and shows that maybe sometimes you don't see on the internet where you can discuss it, you better join our Patreon, because that's what we do on the Patreon. On the Patreon, we discuss TV shows, baby. All right, let's get into this because it's crazy right now. It's absolutely crazy in this particular season. All right, let's play a little bit of clip and we talk a little bit more. All right, let's play a little bit of clip and we'll play more.
I mean, he's definitely an attractive guy for sure, but he doesn't look like a Chelsea boy.
Let's pause it right there. Now, first and foremost, I want to be very, very clear, very, very honest. She has every right not to feel that he's attractive, right? Because she wanted a Chelsea boy. Let me break that down for those who are American watching the show. A Chelsea boy is actually where I'm from. I'm originally from Battersea, but I schooled in Chelsea. Chelsea is a very rich, posh, affluent area. They talk like this, and they have a very distinct tone to the way they talk, right? So there's a very posh way of talking when you're a Chelsea boy. You know when someone's from Chelsea, all right? Is that kind of affluent kind of area, right? And so when she says she wants a Chelsea boy, I understand. It's very distinct. You can't miss it. It's a very, very, very tangible set of attributes that that someone's from Chelsea, right? So that's not in question. My issue with Laura, okay, is that she's rude. Yeah, and she's got an attitude, and she thinks she's the best thing since sliced bread. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not saying you can't have your standards. There's a way to go about it. Your energy's off, my darling. And if anything, it's making me question your first marriage, because it's your second marriage now. It's your first marriage, which ended in 10 months. You said the guy just suddenly decided to pull away from you and no longer wanted to be in a relationship with you, no longer wanted to be married to you. He felt like he just withdrew from you. Well, maybe if the attitude was like this, I'd withdraw too. If there's a contemptible attitude, if there's an arrogant attitude, if there's a I can do it all by myself attitude, if there's a I don't need you attitude, if there's a I don't have to respect you as a man kind of attitude, I'm not going to want to be there either. Okay? All right? And that's what she's giving right now. Now, unfortunately, she lost her father at 19. She had to live her life by herself. And, I don't know where her mother was because it didn't really speak about that per se. Maybe I missed it. So her father was very, very close to her. I don't know if that contributed towards her being so tough and being strong and having to rely on herself and build her own kind of empire as she has done, which, by the way, well done. Congratulations. We love that. And I always appreciate when people, man or woman, really go out there and chase their dreams, irrespective of what the motivation is. Love that. My thing is, though, your attitude, contemptibility, right? You were married for 10 months before this. What lessons did you learn? Now, maybe you told the experts, I'm not sure, but it didn't feel like you've learned any lessons because the way you're even talking on the screen tells me that you haven't really learned. The humility hasn't come in. The humbleness hasn't come in. You should be humbled. You went into the marriage and lasted 10 months. There should be some humility there. Like, actually, wait, hold on. What did I learn? What did I get from the situation? What do I need to do better? What do I need to improve on? Etc., yada, yada, yada. But there was none of that energy. Okay. Now you got to a point where she turned it all around when she decided to say, oh, actually, do you know what? When I look at him, I'm not gonna lie to you, at first I wasn't really feeling it, but now I get it. Like for him, I'm gonna move this up to the side because they're gonna copyright me. But I totally get it now. I'm cool. I love the fact that she loved the fact that he was showing a more vulnerable side at the wedding. Basically, at the wedding, his boy did a great speech. Okay, his boy did a great speech, talking about how he grew up in Poland and had to learn how to speak English, and he now became this great guy who is a tennis coach and stuff like that. Right? Beautiful. It was a great speech, and I think she found it very endearing and said, "This is a side I want to see from Arthur." The problem was she didn't just say that she wanted to see this side from Arthur. She then went on to say in her confession, she said, but I need to see if I'm going to like him. And that's when I knew, girl, you don't fancy him. You don't find him attractive. It's okay. We get it. This ain't going to work. Not because women, not ignoring the fact that women can grow an attraction, but you're already downplaying him and downsizing him. And because he's not a Chelsea boy, you're already looking at him some type of way. I don't see this going very well. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I can't say it for sure 100%, but it don't look like it's going to work. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Arthur and his background. Grew up in Poland up until the age of 16. Poland is an Eastern European country, and there's some hardships there as well, right? Grew up in Poland for 16 years, came to the UK with his parents, ended up looking after his brother from the age of 16, whose brother was 1 at the time, ended up becoming a third parent, taking on responsibilities because his parents had to work because they had to earn money, then ended up one day taking a stroll, ended up becoming a tennis player, not necessarily full-time professional, ended up becoming a tennis coach, coaching young people, right? Made something of himself, right? Great. And realized how much being physical and being working out was so impactful for him in his growth. Loved it. Okay, this is a man that understands responsibility, knows how to look after people, and had a great relationship, it seems like, with his brother. This ain't gonna work with old girl Laura, because Laura looks like she's gonna drag him through the mud, trying to quote unquote, I deserve what I deserve with the kind of posh kind of, I don't say posh would be nice, if her kind of like arrogance, you know what I mean? And I don't see that from him. I don't see that arrogance from him. That humility that he seems to have is going to crash against her arrogance. I can see it now. This can go down crashing and burning. Now the thing I would say about him is naivete. I don't like it. The level of naivete and stupidity at certain points. Why are you telling her, first and foremost, you got your particular vows on the internet? You're an idiot. Why would you do that? Right? Where's your common sense? You're lacking it. Number 2, okay, why is your vows on the internet? Why couldn't you remix the vows? You acting as if people don't do turn it in. Turn it in, we're going to turn you in. You should have making sure you remix those vows and brought something that you personally could have done. Now, I know English is not your first language, so I understand why the vows were printed off the internet, but still, you could have got your boys to help you write something that would have been meaningful and something that was specific to you. Number 3, I don't need you telling her you love her in the first very few seconds. You don't love her. Stop that. You find her attractive. In your vows, you should have learned that, no, I should not have said I love you. Your boys told you that's a bit strong, and you still added it into your vows. Why? Why were you so intent and so stubborn to continue on and go and tell her that you love her in your vows when you very first day you've met her? She doesn't know who you are from Adam. That's scary. I'm so sorry. That's how people end up saying, getting so in deep, but they really have got no, what do you call it? No roots. It's all infatuation and lust. My friend, you don't love her. Stop that nonsense. You understand what I'm saying to you? Don't say that again until you're ready to actually say it properly and when you actually mean it. When you're saying it on the altar, I don't see how she can't be scared. I'll be scared too. All right, cool. We spoke about them. Let's break down another couple. The second couple that was on this show who were also thingy in there as well. So let me see if I can get them because they were just the perfect couple, it seems. And let me just see if I can get them. Yes, fantastic. Let's play.
He didn't need to say half of them things, and he did. So it says a lot about him, to be fair.
Man, I love this couple. Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, let's talk about let's talk about Jay and Luke. Jay and Luke are quite interesting, and I'll tell you why Jay and Luke are very interesting. On this particular episode, Jay and Luke, Luke being the man, Jay being the woman, she is somebody who lacked self-confidence. She lost her arm. Well, she never had an arm from a baby birth. There was something that happened. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but she didn't have an arm from very young. She's gone through bullying. She's going through some trauma, but she's always tried to maintain a positive rapport and mindset when it comes to herself. But it's been a struggle because, again, when people reject you because of the arm, that becomes something that you start to think, well, people don't want me because of this arm. And that can be very hard to keep your spirits up. But she's a singer. She celebrates life. She's vibrant. She's funny. She's, a northern lass. for those in America, northern last meaning the northern hemisphere, the northern aspect of the island of England, right? So towards Scotland, but probably a bit below. We say like, you know, your Newcastle, Sunderland, your Leeds, them kind of places up there, they're more northerners, right? In the way they do their thing, Yorkshire and them things there, yeah. So go research in geography, because I'm not going to do a geography lesson with you right now. All right. So she's on the northern side, which they know they like to have fun. We know we love northerners. They like to have fun. They're very free flowing and stuff as well. And you know, her biggest thing was her fear was her arm and it causing her to be rejected because she didn't have on her left arm her hand, right? But what was beautiful about this was how her friends uplifted her and celebrated her and said, hey, look, you know what? Be courageous, be confident. Listen, you're going to make it. Just wait and see. Go to the altar and see what he says. Boom. Right? Loved it. Got to the altar and these two are physically attracted to each other like there's no tomorrow. Just beautiful. Lovely. Loved it. Right? It was like a beautiful plan coming together, and I can't even hate on it. And I think what was so powerful about the situation was exactly how also Luke embraced the fact that she didn't have an arm, and he didn't make a big deal of it. And he said he found her attractive, and you know, he was liking her and loved the fact that she sang. But what was beautiful was his speech. His speech was a freaking one. The way he spoke so firmly and so vividly about his impressions of her, and it just lit up the room, and it just made you feel warm in your heart. I can't lie to you. You were just like, I love the fact that she has some love in her life. That a man just finds her attractive and wants her.
Down the aisle, I felt like so comfortable. She actually makes me feel like I am who I am.
That's really cute, isn't it? Oh, stop.
Like, he's saying some nice words, and I hope he means it 100%. Hope he's not a fucking liar. But he sounds like he's genuine, and he means those words. And you know, Luke himself too. You know, he said he wanted a female version of him, and he found that in her. He is 100% physically attracted to her. His speech was A1, 100, and he looks like somebody who wants to take care of somebody, and that was her. And I loved their energy. They seemed to be in the right space. Now, there's a little part where I was a little bit like, when they were talking about the awkwardness about the kiss. Are they going to kiss on the cheek or what during the photographs? That was the only issue I had. But other than that, they were like a house on fire. And it was just nice to see her feel so she can be relaxed and she can let her guard down with a gentleman. So look, this episode was crazy. We also got introduced to another couple, I should say couple, but we didn't get as much information just yet. They're going to be in episode 2, which I'm going to drop as well. And that was to do with the transgender transgender woman, and she was with a pansexual man as well, right? We're going to discuss that in episode 2 because we get more information there. But please make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you. Honestly, it's a madness.